the CFU 2026 Club Shield, brought to you by the Caribbean Football Union.
Welcome to one and all as we welcome you here to the Larry Gomes Stadium for quarter-finals day here as the action in the CFU Club Shield 2026 gets to what we call boiling point. It is very hot here as well. And of course, the first game of today's doubleheader is Mount Pleasant from Jamaica up against Weymouth, Wales from Barbados. Wales, remember, the beaten finalists from a year ago. I'm sure they're looking to go one step better.
Doesn't matter if you speak English or if your native tongue is French, Spanish, or Dutch. It doesn't matter if you are male or female, young or young at heart. We in the Caribbean Football Union speak the same language. Football.
Football.
Football. Football.
Football.
And we speak with one voice.
So as we get ready for the action here, we see the two teams getting ready to take to the field. Again, the combatants today, Mount Pleasant out of Jamaica and Weymouth, Wales from Barbados. I'm Ruskin Mark, working along with Sid Graham. And Sid, this is expected to be a serious battle between two regional powers that, let's just put it this way, there's no love lost when they face each other.
Yes, I expect it to be a thriller here today. At the Larry Gomes Stadium today, the Plymouth, the Mount Pleasant team out of Jamaica with the experienced coach of Theodore Whitmore, and the Weymouth, Wales will be
beaten finalists from last year, so they have a score to settle. Once again, let me just say thanks to the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association, host for the 2026 CFU Club Shield. Remember, streaming is on Blue, Flow's premium stream service, home to every 2026 CPL T20 matches, the Premier League and the Champions League, and a whole lot more. Ask your local Flow representatives how to subscribe today. The 2026 CFU Under 14 Challenge Series Boys is next month from August the 16th to the 23rd in Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic. So the players now make their way out into the middle.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome to the field of play the Mount Pleasant, Jamaica, and the Weymouth, Wales, Barbados.
So again, the players are just exchanging pleasantries, and any moment now we should have the kickoff. Remember the officials for today's game. The referee is Amory Majors out of Bermuda, and the first assistant is Santa Medina from the Dominican Republic, and the second assistant is Jorge Santana from the Dominican Republic. Shaquille Jokiel from Suriname is the fourth official, and so it's expected to be a hotly contested affair, and no pun intended, because it's boiling hot here at the Larry Gomes Stadium. The one saving grace is that there's a little breeze, a hint of a breeze, but it really isn't. So now look at the Weymouth Wales starting lineup. Somer Bristol, Javier Chance, Terrence Williams, Adine Charles, Kenija Joseph,
Now, ladies and gentlemen, your starting lineup for Weymouth, Wales. In goal, Kishmar
so the
Morris. Number 1. Number 2, Ricardo Morris. Number 4, Ian Holligan, your captain. Number 5, Jaheim Nebbit.
So again, just to quickly give you an idea, the Mount Pleasant starting is Shaquan Davis, Fitzroy Cummings, Ricardo Thomas, Daniel Green, Johnson Judy, Kyle Ming, Joshua Anglin, Rafa Interville, Clifford Thomas, Trayvon Reed, and Demario Phillips. And for Weymouth Wales, their starting liners: in goal, Kishma Primus, Ricardo Morris wears 2, Hayden Halligan, the captain, wears 4, Jaheim Neblett is 5, Akeem Hill is 6, Akil Applewhite is 7, Romario Harewood is 8, Armando Lashley is 9, Rashad Smith is 18, Mario Williams 19, and Ronaldo Trim wears number 27. So those are your starting lineups for today. And once again, the man in the middle is Amory Major, who is doing the honors for this encounter. And he, of course, is from Bermuda. So a lot riding on this encounter, I would imagine. Both teams keen. So here we go to start this encounter. And it certainly should be a keenly contested affair, as both teams eye a place in the semi-finals. Here's another opportunity here, but the ball still not going out of bounds. It was close to the line, and eventually they had to somehow hurriedly get it out. And of course, as you would have heard there, Theodore Whitmore is the coach of the Mount Pleasant team, former Jamaican national standout and coach, and now playing his trade there. And of course, it goes without saying that one of the names in this team is Jashawn Anglin. And when you remember the name Winston Anglin, of course, Tapper would have known him, would have played with him for many years. Unfortunately, he passed away a couple of years ago, but he was one of Jamaica's best midfielders ever, working along with Tapper or Whitmore. And they had an amazing combination. Of course, they also had in front of them Paul Tiga Davis, who was a very, very prolific striker. Here they come again now, trying to ensure that they keep possession. Almost lost it, but they will still keep going, and that's very well done. Just at the last moment, there was a little deflection, but you could see the intent to try to build the play and build it quickly. They're not messing around. That's not the touch.
That's not the touch you need.
At that part of the field, particularly.
That pass was like a bullet. I think that's not the kind of start the Weymouth Wales would like.
Yeah, they have to be mindful of what is happening and what their opponents are trying to do at this stage and not fall into the trap. Phillips deciding to go all the way back, and he gets a return ball now. So the Jamaican outfit, of course, one of the top teams in the Premier League, in the Jamaica Premier League. Still, they try to build and build quickly. There's no respite at all. It's like constant movement. You could see how they're approaching this game. Rafa Interville is the one that, here he is now. Immediately they're looking to try to free him up. Again, that diagonal ball is featured prominently here. The big fella, Kishma Primus. And remember the cricketer Roshan Primus? Well, they look alike. They're shaped the same way. Everything is, you could mistake one for the other, although Kishma looks a little bit bigger than Roshan is, but Roshan might dispute that. He ran himself into trouble there and loses out. Again, they're trying to squeeze that ball in and trying to get it quickly. Opportunity now for Weymouth Wales, but even then they lose the handle. It's just the speed at which Mount Pleasant are playing right now is creating a little bit of discomfort for the Weymouth Wales outfit. And controlling everything now from behind is Clifford Thomas. There are two Thomases on the field, Ricardo Thomas and Clifford. And there's Clifford. Ricardo obviously marshalling the defense. Another early ball played in. Opportunity here. Nobody home. Well. I don't know why the attacker just he was waiting for it to come to him. And it never did, leaving the defender with this simple task of just clearing it into safety. We have the man down on the ground, and you could hear the supporters screaming for an infringement. Demario Phillips is the one who went down after making that cross. But a very positive start for Mount Pleasant.
Yes, it's a very positive start there for Mount Pleasant, trying to keep the ball, trying that surprise ball, that diagonal surprise ball for those flat wingers, using their speed.
Yeah, and you could see Rafa Interville is one of the focal points, together with Philip. Philip, who just went down there, is back on his feet and is getting ready to come back into the game. But we have the corner kick first of all. Any blue and white shirts in there. This one is floated in nicely, and the breeze took it. It just went past everybody and ended up beyond the back post to the point where even the defender couldn't control it. And his clearance actually ended up being another corner.
So that was a poor clearance there.
So let's see if they learned anything from that. Is he going to take off some of the pace? Yes, it's a little bit flatter, and again, problems to head it out. The green shirts are not at all settled. They just seem a little bit off here. I don't know if it's the wind that is causing the problems for them, but they just seem a little bit put off here. They have to be careful. They don't want to concede this early and then have to, then dig themselves a hole to try to get out of it. But we'll see what happens. Here's another diagonal ball. And even then, they had some difficulty clearing it. But now, a chance to turn and run, as they say. And the captain trying to get them going there. Holligan.
Should have been much better with a counter attack there. Needs to make this count.
Yeah, you don't want to be absorbing that much pressure, and then when you get an opportunity to ease the pressure, you somehow just give it away, or you fail to capitalize on good opportunities. Still, and it was well read by the attacker. The defender was pointing one way, obviously trying to fool the attacker, but he wasn't fooled at all. In fact, he kept with him, Thomas, and caused him to run into some problems. Still no goals in this encounter. Just 7 minutes, approaching the 8-minute mark.
Just have some excitement at the goal mouth.
Yeah, they have to be so careful. Both teams, you don't want to concede early. And no, that's a nice ball because it actually gets to the intended target. Opportunity now, still trying to get it in there. And the goalkeeper is going to come and claim it, and he does. And does so well enough. Shaquan Davis. With an early clearance as well. Now it's a bit of a foot race here. Can he get to it? It's a little bit long, but Green is going to overhaul it and keep it in play. Now the cross still hasn't come as yet. They're still deciding that they're going to slow it down, take care of business. Anglin is there. Here he is again. They turn in with it, and they decide that they're going to go back with it. Judy gives it up. Anglin takes over as they try to keep possession for a little bit now. And initially they went hard at it and trying to get in there, but not able to do so on this occasion. The man who just came back on the field, Phillips, a little too strong for him.
Yes, a little overcooked. Going with the breeze. So they have to be mindful, especially coming from that side, how they are crossing those balls, because the breeze will take it across the face of the goal.
We've seen a couple like that already, going way beyond where I'm sure they originally intended. Again, the goalkeeper, Weymouth, they're flirting with danger at the back there. Opportunity again to come. Phillips, he's into the game a lot more and still trying his best. He did well there in the end interval.
Giving it away.
Yep.
Dangerous position.
It's not the kind of start that they were hoping for. Ming decides he's going to go all the way back to Cummings. Cummings looks up, sees that he has immediate support. He didn't want to play it initially, looked like. For Thomas now. He is just kind of sweeping in front of the central defenders. Whenever he gets a chance, you could see him trying to ease up into midfield as they start moving down that side. Now Thomas, the other Thomas goes on the overlap. Is he onside? Yes, the flag stays down. But nothing doing. He can't get it away. Here's Anglin. Has a shot. It's deflected. All the sting came out of it. But eventually it was easy pickings for Primus. Weymouth Wales now. I'm sure, trying to put together something. And that's going to be a free kick. When you give a ball away that close to your area, you're almost always anxious to get it back immediately, and you tend to fall in those areas. But that's a good area now for the Jamaican outfit.
I think Weymouth Wales needs to get off that slump. I'm not pretty happy with the way they start the game. Pretty sloppy there, Ruskin.
So it is. And talking about pretty impressive now, it's the West Indies looking to try to put the hurt on Pakistan. 53 for 6 in their second innings. Let's see if Mount Pleasant could do a similar thing here. The wall did its job. And ball is kept back. So it's all the way back on defense now. Cummings. Holding on to it. They have to be so careful. That's good football. And just as I say so, they somehow find a way to get rid of it.
Weymouth Wales needs to be a bit patient and try to keep that ball as much as possible.
Yeah, there again is...
And to be chasing the ball in this heat is not a nice thing.
No, it's not. It's actually very... it's energy sapping at the moment.
Askin, we are in this commentary booth and we are feeling the heat out
Yes.
here. So you can imagine those out in the middle of the park.
It is. It's uncompromising heat, literally. That's a good ball. Phillips is trying to get there, and in fact, he does get there ahead of Thomas, but he couldn't control it. He just couldn't get enough of the boot around it. I don't think he was trying to hit it first time. He was probably trying to hook it to keep it in play. So as we just saw the benches of both teams, additional tents put up for additional cover. It is hot. Everybody would be hot. It's not just the ones on the field, it's the ones sitting on the bench who feel in the heat as well.
Yes, that will be...
There it is again.
The heat will be taking some energy out of them.
Yep.
Oh,
man,
terrible mistake.
Is he going to get the shot off? He delays and then he runs, but he gets it back, and they may still have a chance on here. Can they do something with this? Decide against it, still being patient and trying their best to keep his Holligan, the captain, and he's going to get it back now. Still looking up as they try to now slow it down here with Holligan. And they decide against the immediate press, but they still, in fact, they're going backwards now. Obviously thinking that that chance has been lost to some degree.
That's smart play.
Trim,
If he
yeah.
doesn't have anything, go for it.
Keep it.
Keep it.
Out. There's a cross. That's not a bad one. There's a man at the back post. Can he keep it in? He does well. And Holligan just trying to keep possession. They do that very well. Looking now to see what options they have. Applewhite was ahead of him. Yeah, he decides to come back now. Here's the shot. Up and away. Neblet not able to stay on top of it.
That was a wild one. But good passage of play there for
Weymouth Wales.
Weymouth Wales.
Yep. And we saw what they're capable of a year ago. They were unbeaten until the final. And that's where they just came up short, 3-2 against the men from the Dominican Republic. And so they're now trying, I'm sure that is in their mind, And they want to do. Here's Philip. He's been busy. Lovely football again. Just trying to hold on to it now without giving it to Ming. And they're changing sides. Cummings all the way over on that far side. It goes. Thomas is out there. Back it comes to Ming. And it looks up to his right. He will see Interville. He gets it back. So those two playing a little personal 1-2. Now that long ball again. The defender's there. And Primus is the eventual recipient.
It's a good piece of defending there. Calm.
Here they come
Oh,
again,
touch.
but yep, it just ran away from him. You could see the frustration on his face, on his whole body language, suggesting that he knows he could have done better with it. Here, we're coming more and more into the game now. Took them a while. Philip again tidying up. So they're just starting to build it. Both teams now probably a little more settled. And after weathering that early little adrenaline rush, now you've seen more and more of Weymouth Wales coming into their own. And Mount Pleasant having more of a battle. But here they go. They're on their front foot again, looking for something. Now is Interville. He's looking for his man. And Phillips trying to get the cross in. But excellent defending there, coming right across and blocking up, clogging up the hole. Looks like Hill was the man who was back there helping out.
Yeah, there's a lot of green bodies inside there. Cutting out that cross. But good passage of play again for Mount Pleasant.
Yeah, they really settled well. They have a pretty good understanding of where things are happening. And I think what works for them is that their season is pretty much, right in the business. And so their players should have decent form still.
Well, not just
And that's
form
off.
and fitness.
So he was standing in an outside position. He didn't even have to move. And it's like he didn't even recognize that the defense had pushed up. He was just camping there. And eventually called Interville, guilty there. So it's still goalless, and we've been playing now for 19 minutes. And they're on the move again, Mount Pleasant, but the control on that occasion let them down. Here comes the captain now, Holligan for the Barbados Norfolk Weymouth Wales. They're really starting to get bodies forward, and they're not just kicking the ball forward. You could actually see them building play and trying to control the tempo as well. Applewhite. Back it goes, and they decide to go all the way back to the big fella back there, Hill, get it back to Primus. So no goals yet, and I think pretty soon the players will be looking forward to that hydration break. There's another early cross, but never gets to the intended target. In fact, Smith was waiting there, but it never reached him. But they still get possession, though. Again, that control is not the best from Judy. And they're on the match again, Weymouth Wales. Lovely ball, but again, that first touch. Phillips bemused by the call. And but it was Sherwood who tried to control it, and literally, like, it hit a wall when it hit his foot, and he had to fight up with Phillips for it. Luckily, he got the call in his favor. Here he is again. We saw the opportunity here now, trying to set it up, but once again, they couldn't get it.
Yeah,
Yep.
he wasn't looking for that.
Neblet had made the pass, and he was trying to get it back to Neblet because his back was to the goal with a defender on him. And but somewhere, either the touch wasn't the best or the communication wasn't the best, but it didn't work out in the end. But you could see the plan: commit the two central defenders and then just let the point man feed off of them. Oh, just given away. And once again, the movement on top. You can't tell that he wants the ball because he just seemed to be backing away. He's afraid to go into those dangerous positions where the central defenders are operating.
Strong tackle coming in there.
The interval knocking Neblet, or rather knocking Applewhite off the, or Applewhite off the ball. Yeah, but with 22 minutes gone, it's certainly still an even contest. Mount Pleasant bolted out of the gates, but Weymouth Wales have slowly but surely come back into their own, and they have really opened up a couple big gaping holes in the Mount Pleasant defense. And now both teams are now trying to probably settle onto something that would allow them to probably break open the defense. And free kick going the other way. Cummings seemed to be the worst for wears there. A Strim ran into him.
I think both teams realize the conditions they are playing in, so they're trying to slow the game down as much as possible.
Yeah, and which is a good common sense approach. Two things: you can't go running helter skelter, and don't expect to be burnt out pretty soon, because it's, like I said, it's very hot. Here they are again trying to move something here. Would decide he's going to go back to Applewhite, and Applewhite or Applewhite's stab at goal doesn't stab forward, rather doesn't get very far. Completely misjudged the bunks of that one. And the undermatch again. This is good football now. Morris, can they get the ball in? He decides he's going to go even further wide with it. The hook back is there, and nobody home. Neither one of the attackers could get a handle on it, but they're not out of the woods yet. And really,
very good cross there. Ruskin just needed someone coming onto that one, just to slot it home.
This is even deeper now. There was other bongs before he even got the header on it, and I think that's why Davis, the goalkeeper, didn't bother with it. But I think he would be better advised to play it. Don't wait. Next thing you know, the flag stays down, and you're wondering what happened there. It's the hydration break. At this stage, 24.5 minutes gone. Still no goals in this encounter between Mount Pleasant from Jamaica and Weymouth Wales from Barbados. Welcome you back here. The players have been refreshed and we all set to go with another goal kick to start proceedings. Still no goals between these two teams. And the longer it stays like this, Sid, I would imagine Weymouth Wales might be the happier of the two, given the start that they had to endure. Especially since they didn't concede at that point. So now they've had the break. And as we've seen so often with dehydration breaks, sometimes the team with momentum tend to lose that momentum and the opponents come right back into the game. And I think his hands might have been the culprit there. His hands were on the shirt of his man, so Neblet has very little argument there. Even if he didn't clip the legs, his hands were all over his man. Phillips, good early cross, and really should have done better with that. But I'm not sure if he made up his mind if he was going to hit it with a full volley in terms of a big swing. He hit it more with the inside of the foot as if he was trying to pass it into the goal.
Just trying to control that one.
Yep. Succeeded only in passing it back to Primus. Phillips. Again, they go over the head. They're looking to get the little man started, Interville. But offside yet again. That's 2 in a row now for him. But he's so full of energy and always willing to run. What they have to do though is kind of save his legs by don't always play the ball to him, because I mean there's only so many of those he could make on these conditions. So they might have to kind of play some to his feet and allow him to maybe dribble the ball instead of running it down all the time.
Ruskin, he can just do as much as he can. There's 5 changes.
Run till you drop.
Yes.
Trying to get it in there. That's a good ball again. And but look at the movement and the skill of the players coming away with it. And now this is a tackle. That is a card. He didn't try to play the ball at all. Hill just ran him over. And basically it was like a rugby tackle.
He'll say, that's far enough. Not getting past me.
Yeah, that's a brute of a tackle. I don't think the referee was ready. So they have to do it all over again. But it's the kind of tackle that there's no debate about the card or not. It's almost like premeditated. He realized he wanted to go to make the tackle. This is good football again. The flag stays down, but the pass was just a little too strong. And the ball back in the middle, not the best. Maybe a shot, still no shot, and still running into problems, and still going a little bit of ping-ponging in the area there, but eventually get it out. Or do they? That's good football. Unfortunately, the control again has let them down and let them down badly there. Neblet once more unable to control it.
Ruskin Phillip is really causing some trouble for Weymouth Wales. He's coming into the midfield and overloading the midfield and causing the mismatch there.
Well, here he is again with the ball, now taking his time going across with it, Judy. And Ricardo Thomas is going to run this one down as they come again. Mount Pleasant taking control of the game now. Ming still looking, he's asking for some movement, not getting much, and as a result they just sort of playing the ball among themselves without anything too positive at the moment. But now They set themselves. The angle is a little bit different now, but too strong once more as the breeze takes it and just pushes it beyond everybody. So 0-0 the scoreline. And remember, we do have another game coming up a little bit later on, and also on today at the Addo Bolden Stadium, another doubleheader, quarterfinal action. So plenty of football. Then we'll get tomorrow and Thursday off, and then semi-final Friday at the Addo Bolden Stadium, and everything working towards Sunday's final also at the Addo Bolden Stadium. And there's Smith trying to get into the action there. Philip, sensing the danger, decides he's going all the way back to Cummings. Cummings looks up, sees that they have moving away there. Looks like he's going. He was initially looked like he was going for that big overhead ball again, the big diagonal down the beyond the left wing back. But he decided to try the right side now and try to keep it for as much as possible. Clifford Thomas controlling, playing that sort of defensive midfield position, trying to control it from there. Reed also getting involved. Here he is now, just taking his time, looking around. Plays a lovely little ball. This could be interesting here. And in fact, two of them were there. I don't think it really was intended for interview. It just sort of ran to him. Green was the one who was trying to
Turn.
Yep, and get a shot off, but the ball just kept bouncing up in front of him and then eventually ran away from him. Dangerous. Well done in the end, though. That's a good ball, but Philip read it. And if he looks up, you see he has immediate pass to his left. He decides to go in the middle, but the deflection only allows them to bring it, but offside is the call. So both teams having their moments. You could see
The shift
yeah,
of momentum.
and this is what I was saying. After the interval, you saw that at the World Cup, teams would be running their opponents into the ground, and then boop, the whistle blows, the interval, and then when play resumes after that, it's like a different ball game. Now a chance here, and trying to get under trying to get in David Harewood, but Phillips again doing a good job, just getting a boot in and taking it away from him slightly. The deflection and a nice save, brilliant save indeed from Davis. He had to put a hand up there, and the big fella got there. In fact, he used his left hand, which is kind of like the further hand, but because he was diving to his right, that probably would have been the higher hand, and he just decided to use that left hand and just tipped it. Whether it was going to go in or not, he couldn't tell, so he had to be diligent, and he did it beautifully in the end. So now the corner, and a lot of green shirts in there. What the referee is trying to see if the angle is right, where the ball is located. Part of the ball must be over the line, or on the line, as they say. He didn't have any part of the ball on the line there. Now he does. And that's a good ball inside.
Oh, that's a great chance.
Really should have put that away. He came in there low, got his head onto it, and for whatever reason, Smith couldn't bury it.
That's a beautiful chance there. Oh, muscle, but he just couldn't get it on target.
Yeah, he got inside of the defender and really should have done better with that, or at least force a save from the goalkeeper. Instead, he headed it over the bar. Very good opportunity there. Probably the best of the lot so far. As they come again, Ming, Philip. Good ball way out on that far side. Now movement. Can he get the ball to him? Still going. Shot low and hard. Now it's a chance. Still
Safe.
can't get past Primus. He's a big fella. And as they say, you have to beat him. On that occasion, they couldn't, but a great opportunity there for Green.
Chances keep coming now, Ruskin.
Yep, both
Late in the
ends.
game.
Yep. Philip really coming into this game nicely now. So they move it around. Ming into go interval. He's deciding that he wants to run at his man. Can't keep that one in. And it goes behind for a goal kick. But Interville certainly wanting to stretch his legs there, take on that defender. And try and see if he could get around. And Applewaite did well to stay with him, at least for the moment. Yeah, with lovely football. Gets the ball away, still going. And now he's upended. That's going to be a card
Yes.
and a free kick.
It's a good, powerful run there.
Could see he had gone past two defenders, confronted the third, slipped it past him, and Ming decided, hey, enough is enough, partner. And just wiped him out. So a free kick now that could create some problems. It's also at an angle where he could possibly go to goal, but I want to believe if you're going to get 3 and 4
Ladies and gentlemen, yellow card
green
is
shirts
player number 4,
in the area,
38th minute of play.
you want to at least use them.
Player number 6 in the 30th
I think it's a good idea to whip this one into the danger area. Let your big defenders come up. Try to get in a decent header there.
Yes, it's the idea here is to probably make it interesting. I don't know if there's a left footer who could curl it back towards
Yes,
the
left footer is there.
attackers.
Left wing back.
And we have coming up now to try to hit it. Applewaite is there, but also in there is Green, is Lashley rather. So could Lashley spank it from there? And you never know, with the wind here, it might start to dance. The idea is if you're going to goal, you have to get it on frame. There's Lashley just over. You could see him sizing it up there. And fancying his chances.
Just didn't get that tip in time.
No foul, so here they come again, and another infringement. Tackling from behind. Once you tackle from behind, even if you touch the ball, most times the referees will blow.
And this seems to be a very dangerous position as well, Ruskin.
Yep.
With nice position to whip this ball right into the danger spot. See the big guys coming up from the back.
Yep. But no, this is probably an angle where they could use them. And that's exactly what it is, because the wind was going to take it beyond that back post anyway. So it's a good idea from that side to try and get it into the danger zone and let the green shirts in there contest it. So now another corner kick to Weymouth Wales. They've been so much better after the first 10 or 15 minutes or so. They've really come into their own now to the point where they're trading punches with Mount Pleasant, and they're looking to land the first big blow. In fact, they had a good opportunity, couldn't hold on, couldn't get it on target. Problems here, just dwelling on the ball. Luckily for him, he was able to get it away. That was so dangerous. but he survives here with now as they try to sneak it in again,
It's a good ball, switching it.
and the
Early ball.
reverse still trying to get there, but again contesting everything inside of there. And again, the big fella is being spoken to. He's already on a yellow card, Hill. So the referee is telling him, don't cross the line again. You're already on one yellow for that near close line that he took out his man earlier. And the referee has been very generous. He doesn't have to speak with him, really. He could just warn him and just say, say his piece. He doesn't have to go into too much details. But I think he was trying to tell him, you're already on a yellow. You don't want to tempt fate here. And again, this is where I would imagine the heat is beginning to take its toll because the movement isn't the same now. Look at how difficult the men in the back, how much difficulty they're having to find open teammates because the teammates are now, the movement is not as pronounced as it was before.
Again, the heat is really taking a toll here. It's the 2 o'clock sun here.
Philip, a good ball inside Judy, but again, the control is not there. It's just eluding him there. Great opportunity. But once more, the control just on both teams at critical points. They're miscontrolling the ball. Actually, it was Green again who was miscontrolling that one. Judy was the one making the pass to him. Here's an early ball out of the back now. And again, getting into the mix there, but doing very well. Trying to keep it, nobody gives it right back to them. Now Harewood looking for something. Looking for a chance to shoot just over the bar. And again, good opening, good thinking there. Just trying to maybe get them by surprise. And you could see the big fella just putting the foot in it and going through with the laces. And Neblet wasn't
wide.
that far off.
It's just wide.
And I think the weather forecast is 91 degrees with a hint of rain. It probably does have a very faint hint right now. It's very hot. And I don't think it's any hint of rain down by the Brian Lara also has a lovely little hook back, but that one is too far behind everybody, and it allows them to come the other way.
With this kind of feet, I think you need 2 water break and a half.
Yeah, well, you could manufacture a water break. If a player goes down, then everybody could get a drink, and you could be selfish about it when As we welcome you back here, we're getting ready for second half action, and as you can see, still scoreless in this one down at the Atto Bolden Stadium. Though the other quarterfinal that is in progress now, Helen Knights leading Metropolitan 1-0 in that encounter there. So a lot going on. There's another early ball through, trying to get Phillips started there, but on that occasion it was just a little too strong for him. And said no doubt both teams would have looked at what transpired in the first half, and I would imagine would want to continue the way they were going, because they both had opportunities, they both created good openings.
Yes, both teams had created opportunities. It's just that the final touch, final pass, need a little bit of care.
Here they come again. Now this Primus to the rescue. The ball went back. The referee took a little while, but I think in the end he got it right there. The ball, Mulligan probably just using his arm to cradle it. So no goals, surprisingly. However, I'm sure they would want to change that a little bit in this the second half. Early ball in Judy, trying to squeeze it, but not able to do too much with it. Now here's Thomas, another ball out on this near side here, kept in nicely, and trying to turn his man. This is Ricardo Thomas rather, trying to get a good cross in, a little bit overcooked once again. And, so that's the other thing, so they're going to have to now adjust to the breeze, to hit it into the breeze now. They were going with the breeze earlier, now they have to come and change. Gets another chance again, trying his best. Thomas gets it back, looks up, sees that he has support there, but Cummings decides he's going to go back in the middle where the other Thomas is there, Clifford Thomas, and that wonderful dribble there. Now he's on his way, he's trying to beat the keeper. That's not a bad effort, but he's such a big man in goal, and he never saw his teammate screaming away, going down the middle. Armando Lashley was making good progress, but he decided he would take the responsibility. And I don't think coaches would be too disappointed with that. They like it when players do just that, take responsibility for finishing what they started. And nobody could break through just yet.
Holding the low block and trying to play on the counter-attack.
Yeah, they obviously realize that it's not going to be easy. The flag stays down, and they have possession once again. This is where they're so good. They could pass the ball, and really, that's a lovely little ball here now. Ball curled in, and it's saved by the goalkeeper by his legs, really. And offside was the call, so it would not have counted. But again, Primus to the rescue there.
Good piece of goalkeeping there.
And that is Daly, the substitute who has come on.
Just sneaking in there.
Number 20, Rafa Interval. Entering the field of play number 23, Christian Daly.
So Daly, who just came on, and he came on as a substitute for Interville, and almost broke the deadlock. Here's another lovely ball. Now, there's nobody home though, so he has to go on his own, and eventually that's going to be a corner kick. And both the referee, I know they changed it, and they said it's going to be a goal kick. And but again, a good knifing run there at the defensive. When he looked up, he didn't see anything. The substitute who had just come on, Daly, was the only man trying to get in at the back post, but there were about 3 green shirts
touch
blocking
there.
him. Yep. And this half is similar to what we saw in the first half, where it was Mount Pleasant who started the better of the two and created one or two good openings, didn't put any away. And now they find themselves under the gun again. That's another lovely ball. He was trying to turn. You could see the intent to try that turn there, but Jason Judy couldn't pull it off. That would have been a wonderful drag there with the left foot.
Weymouth Wales needs to get their act. It seems to be starting a bit slow here today.
Similarly to how they did in the first half, where Mount Pleasant really opened up the brighter of the two teams. And we have more of the same here again. And so this is where the problem is. They're getting pinned back into their own half quite a bit. Judy again, tried to set it up here. Phillips, he decides he's going to go out to Daly, the substitute. And he can't turn his man. But they will maintain possession. Lovely football again. Phillips is out there. That's a ball that just almost got there. And Phillips was trying to get out of harm's way. But unfortunately, the ball still clipped him. And it's going to be a throw-in to Weymouth Wales. They haven't really done much other than defending in the second half. Tapper wanted a handle ball, nothing doing. Lashley. And just almost lost his footing there. In fact, he did lose his footing and he had to really stretch to keep that ball alive. It never came on, so it's going to remain Weymouth Wales ball. 0-0 the scoreline. We just started second half action. And the referee again asking it to be taken in at the proper spot. Eventually they get it out of harm's way. And that's good football. Judy does well as they keep possession and try to build again. Thomas. And that's a good ball there. But I think it's the wrong man who probably went at it. There was a lot closer. And I thought that was the man who should have gone for it there, Reed. But Reed just kind of left it, hoping that coming around at the side, Thomas would have been able to get to it. But I really thought Reed was so much closer and probably would have gotten there before the defender. And again, they just give it, Primus just gave it away. Here they come now. You could see that they were spoken to by Tapper. And just as I say so, the ball eludes his man and ran straight to Tapper, almost as if they're saying to him, you should be playing. So it's still no goals yet. Weymouth Wales in the green.
Really squeezing the Weymouth Wales here.
Mount Pleasant in the blue and white. And we have a player down now. It might be cramp. He's holding the back of his leg there, and you can see it stiffening up on him. And that is going to be a little painful for a while yet. That's Trim. Yep, you can see the leg stiff.
He has been doing a lot of running in that midfield.
He just went down under the tackle and stayed down. He already has his left hand bandage. I don't know if it's a sprain or something. It looks like a cast. And so he already has one injury or one ailment. And now the cramps just adding to his problems. And if that happens so early in this half, I think they're going to probably be keeping a close eye on him to see how if he could run it off. Sometimes you can, other times it just keeps nagging at you, depending on how severe it is. And it's like you never overcome it. So we keep our eyes on him to see how he does. Not the best clearance, but it ends up with the goalkeeper. And he just almost disgustingly rolls it out. Maybe he's probably trying to say to his teammates, what are you all doing? You all should have at least have a goal by now. And we'll see what gives. So they're still working on Trim. And so the Weymouth Wales are a man down at the moment. And good movement here, good drag in the area, still going, place it across, and again, nobody home there. Once again, the ball played right across the face of the goal, and unfortunately, nothing doing there.
Good run there. Slumber chest.
Green was the man at that back post there who just couldn't get the touch, and there is Trim still being worked on. Trying to take in a lot of liquids, but hoping that he could really overcome this bout of cramps that he's been inflicted with. All of a sudden, the men in blue are so much quicker to the ball. And they just seem to have, well, obviously they have a one-man advantage, but even before Trim went down, they were up against it. Here's another opportunity here, but still trying to get there. A little bit of pushing, and eventually it's gone behind. It's going to be a goal kick. And Primus is not happy. And you have it, and down he goes again. So they may have to consider, maybe this is another player now who is down, and but I think he's going to come back on. That's Williams now, who's feeling the hurt. Both of them have their left wrists heavily bandaged. As is Ricardo Thomas.
Going long.
Yeah, they really want to try to break that sequence of the ball turning over in their own defensive third. So they're trying to bypass the midfield, but again, poor control. Not for the first time. We've seen that in this game. Applewhite there, the guilty man. Is there a shot on, or is there something else? And this is Anglin now. Gets it back. That is the new man who's just come on there daily. Ball comes over, and nothing doing. The referee right on spot and says nothing, but you could see the defender riding, almost undercutting the attacker. And guess who? The man Hill, who's already on a yellow card. Or actually, no, that's Morris, who was flirting there with a card of his own. But now they're going to make the change and make a couple changes.
Need some fresh legs.
Yep, Smith is off. And also coming on the two forwards. And so they're going to go that way. Coming on, number 13, James. He replaces Lashley, and Smith has been replaced by Bino. And he could easily have left that and probably would have gone out of bounds. but decided to play it, and they kept it alive. Here's Thomas now. Green plays it up
Good
and
run again.
yep. Stays onside, and then eventually he is clipped. They might have played ball, but he also played man.
2-on-1 there.
And certainly, yeah, look at this lovely little bird heading into Piaka. We're not too far from the airport. Is it heading in or taking off?
Taking off.
So a chance here now, another opportunity for Weymouth Wales here to finally break this deadlock. Is this going to be one of those that went right down to the wire or that goes down to the wire? And remember, they also needed penalties to get past their earlier game.
Ladies and gentlemen, a substitution.
They got that 4-3 in the end.
Wales FC exiting the field of play number 9.
Still going now, deciding that to get on to Lashley. He comes onto his left foot and hit it low, but
Substitution.
all along the ground, no power in it.
Play and entering the field number 25 in the 61st minute of play.
So Bino is on, as is James. It's a good long kick there by Primus. Excellent football. They keep in possession now and trying to build all the time. Thomas back there with Cummings. Again, the movement, not much of it for right now. The passing lanes are being blocked off. Everybody behind the ball for Weymouth Wales. So they're making life very difficult for the men in blue. They're going to have to find another way through. Here's Daly. Wants it back, but only now does he get it. Plays an early ball, and this now could be problems here. Lovely ball in, but again, Primus is there to snuff it out, averting danger.
Primus is really helping his team here.
Again, and I would think he's kicking the ball almost like side footing it. He's not.
That's a technique there,
Kicking,
trying
yeah.
to making it much flatter so
Flat.
he can go into his striker.
But it's still
Looping.
ballooning in the air. But I'm thinking he might be thinking if he plays it like a full volley, just a frontal volley, he would probably clear the goalpost down at the end. And he's so powerful that he looks like he can. If he does that, it will probably bounce in the area at the opposite end. Battle
Good-
in
good
there, yep.
battle in there.
Still trying. This, of course,
Strength.
is the new man there trying his best to find a way through the Bino.
That's the kind of battle coach would love to see.
It's a
Keep
much,
fighting for every ball.
it's a much bigger proposition than they had before with Smith and Lashley. They have James and Bino now running the channels up front. And it looks as if Applewaite is the one who's going to provide the cross.
Swing this one in with his left foot.
Here we go. Swung into the back post, but the goalkeeper is there. Doesn't get a big punch at it, but he does well. All the defenders just seem to be standing there doing nothing. He was the only one moving, and luckily too, because he went after it. And watch it, all the blue and white shirts back here, the goalkeeper well ahead of them, and it's off of his knee that the ball deflects and goes out for a throw.
Bit of a luck there.
He went to punch with one hand. Probably would have been better off going with both hands.
Long throw.
Ace again, that doesn't get there. Luckily for him, the ball doesn't really get this, and that's really hitting and hoping, because there really was a better opportunity for him. There was a man right in front of him. Stolen. Now, opportunity now. Can he get it? One. That's a bad pass. He slows down his teammate. Now, this should be a goal. It's no. Baino, or rather again, Primus to the rescue, but he can't do it this time. And eventually there is a goal in the 66th minute of this encounter. And that's the number 10, Judy. Jason Judy breaks the deadlock for Mount Pleasant.
And I have to say, that's bad defending there. When it played off, trying to do too much for me at the back. One-on-one at the back, trying to play out, running with the ball. It's always can create chaos. And this time he had really caught some problems there.
You look at it again, a lovely ball. The save, that's a good save there from Primus. But look at this shot. Primus probably didn't get his feet set. And there was a defender behind him as well, but neither one of them could prevent it from going in. So just on the hydration break, it's more like heartbreak for Weymouth Wales at the moment.
Yes, that's heartbreak at this moment in time for them.
So this is where we are now. 1-0-0, Sid. We were asking for it, and we got it.
Time for a goal. That was time for a goal. We can see. Hope we can see Weymouth Wales step the game up.
Here it is again. Look at the shot coming in and just get ahead of the defender there and slot it home. So we had one goal in the game down at the Atto Bolden, and here we have one more here at the Larry Gomes. Certainly an opportunity now. They're going to make some changes. I don't think the referee's going to let them do it before. So they'll have to continue as is. But more changes for Weymouth Wales upcoming. And that's James, who came on a short while ago, not able to control the ball. And Thomas. That's a good ball, and more problems here. But again, look at only green shirts moving, none of the other blue shirts in the area. So, of course, Phillips doing the smart thing. He knows he doesn't have support. He just tried to take it himself and misses. So, immediately we see some changes. Hill is off. So it's certainly a signal here that the coach isn't waiting. He wants to get this goal back. So Small is on. So he's not wasting any time. Anglin looking now and really getting himself in danger there. He had the ball. He could have played that early ball. He opted not to. And still, eventually the ball was being played out there to Philip, and that should have been the early ball. And relax.
For Weymouth Wales, entering the field of play number 6, entering the field of play number 33, Small. Substitution.
Chance again now.
And great piece of skill there.
Still going with it, still trying to get it there. Tangled up, and he blasted wide. Well, it took a deflection, but really, again, defense doing their own, putting themselves in danger. He couldn't get the ball from under his feet, and then it was his tackle in the end that deflected the ball wide.
Weymouth Wales are creating their own demise, their own problems here.
Yeah, they haven't been able to. They're not as efficient as they need to be at the back there, because you don't want to give your opponents a sniff. You want to be able to get rid of the ball as quickly as you possibly can when you're on defense. Here they come again. This time they're going to play it short, looking for something. Is he onside? The ball is chipping it there, and it's just deflected out. So since he has come on, Daly has been a real thorn in the sides of the left back there over on that far side, and now they've decided that to keep the pressure on, they're changing it up a little bit now. Green thought about it, and then now he decides to change it. And it's going to go all the way back to Davis.
It's really creating some problems out there.
But Davis is just holding on to it, allowing his attackers to get out of back onside. And they will, in fact, win a throw-in this time around. So it's been a totally different second half for the Weymouth Wales. They haven't, in the first half, they weathered the storm and then they got into their own. In this second half, they haven't really picked it up as yet. And time is also becoming a factor, because right now they can ill afford to concede a second goal.
I think a second goal I will have to say that will be all over.
Yeah,
Just giving it away.
Controlling it again, Clifford Thomas. Nice ball, Anglin, looking for something, not much ahead of him, decides to go wide with it. Phillips is out there, comes to the return ball, and they lose out the handle on it. And
yes,
it's just been that kind of frustrating day for them, because that was a good, the intent was so good. Free it up, get the man running down the left side, and the ball just ran out of bounds ahead of him. So close and yet so far. Now the Jamaicans have to be careful here, because you notice a lot of them are starting to play with the ball. That's a dangerous pass. Just as I said, they're starting to play with the ball. The goalkeeper decides he's going to play a 1-2 right down the Main Street. And this is where they run into problems every so often, because they just start to dwell on the ball. Everybody wants to express themselves, and they put their team into trouble.
They are coming in with confidence.
Another 2 substitutions now. It is Mount Pleasant who are looking to make a couple changes. And this is better. When they move the ball like this, they look so much better. But when they start, everybody wants to dribble and flick the ball up and do all kind of fun, including the goalkeeper. Now here he has the man wide. He's waved him off, and so he's probably going to go long with it.
Giving it away.
It's just a The referee has decided that he will make the changes now. So the goal scorer is going to come off, Jason Judy. Actually, yep. Thomas is going to come off. And Judy is also coming off. So it should be some fresh legs out there as well. 30 is Shaquille Bradford. We know Bradford mashing up the place for slingers over from the Guyana outfit. And here is a Shaquille Bradford now. So Bailey is also on. Here's a ball in. Yep. And this time the goalkeeper is punching, but he's out of position. They just can't get the follow. So there is an infringement here. Probably a use of the hand. That could be a yellow card. And it is a yellow card. Just using his hands to ward his man off there. And that is Williams.
Same guy who gave away the goal, I have to say. Hasn't started the second half right. Trying to play too much with the ball.
Yeah, and that's a naughty foul there because they were both running for the ball. Maybe he just decided he didn't want to run anymore. And he just kind of swiped his hands across the chest or the face of his opponent. There's one way to stop it. So we're in the lovely area of Malabar Arena and the Larry Gomes Stadium. Here is the substitute who's just come on and trying to squeeze it in there, but Williams read it well. And again, he's running into problems though, because just trying to get rid of it. Offside was the call. And so it would not have counted anyway. But you can just see Weymouth Wales look a little bit shaken right now. They haven't been able to kind of get their groove on in the second half. They did so well in the first half when they weathered that storm and came roaring back with some chances of their own. Now this is the man I think they're going to have to really look to. Is their captain. He's their inspiration in midfield. They're going to really have to get him back on the ball, Holligan.
Giving it away again.
Yep. Problems there again. He gets a second bite of the cherry to correct his earlier error.
Good piece of skill here.
And but that's a big man tackle coming in there from Bailey rather, who's just come on. The substitute.
Another long throw.
Into the area and headed out, and it might have just clipped the back of his heel there. He went down. They probably just lost his boot and just kind of pulled up. So the throw in. And so now you can see the whole attitude of the game has changed now. Weymouth Wales are chasing it. They want an equalizer, so they have to. Everything is being done now at a slightly quicker pace, and as a result, it's not as that's a good bicycle kick though.
Good attempt, yeah.
Yep, improvisation, and that is the man Holligan trying to get his team going. That's their first real effort anywhere close to goal now. The weather forecast you showed me earlier when it was 91 degrees blazing hot sun. It probably was closer to 100 degrees. It was so hot. And it had chance of showers. Guess what? The rain now is starting to circle the ground here. And so it's nice and cool up here in Arima. And but Weymouth Wales now, can they corral Mount Pleasant and get themselves an equalizer? They have a corner, so that's a good start. You can see how cool it is. The ground is a little darker. It's a little cooler.
Yes, gray clouds coming across.
Yeah. Yeah, the players would relish this, especially the Weymouth Wales players, because they're the ones hunting right now, trying desperately for an equalizer. There you go. Deep. And again, getting up there, but not able to get it on target. And you can see the frustration as they had a good opportunity there. He went high, trying to get on top of it. That's Small, the substitute. But nothing doing. And away they go now. As they keep possession, can they really work their magic? Stifle it. This is Philip. He's been very, very enterprising. Not as enterprising in the second half as he was in the first half, but he's still quite capable. Can they really keep it on? And this is very tight indeed. And Holligan conceding the throw-in, but again making life difficult for them to get. 81 minutes gone, so time against them. Can Mount Pleasant keep the ball? This is more like it. This is going to be a foot race. Can he get? I don't think he's quick enough. He need a little bit of bolt, some Asafa Powell, and maybe throw in a Elin Thompson in there, just for him to have a chance to get to that one. But Weymouth Wales fighting, but nothing is working so far. They're throwing punches, but they're not landing. And here they come again. Opportunities, man square. Who's coming out? But can he return this ball now? Not the best effort at all. And it's been that kind of a day for them. Morris picked his head up, looked at the men in the area, and then he hit it over by, he missed them by a country mile, as they say.
Cannot have those kind of opportunities and waste them. At least put it in play. Keep it in play.
They're threatening, well, they were going to make the substitutions. The referee is not allowing them to. And helped on nicely, but he was the furthest man upfield, so only defenders and Primus back there. Here goes Holligan again. He's trying his best here now to inspire his teammates and hoping to get his team good. This might actually be a great ball. Primus to the rescue. The big fella using his head.
Off his
literally. Yes. And again, this is where they seem to be running into problems now. That's a great ball. Problems. He's on his way. Daly turns one man, looking for some support. Thought about the big cross, decided against it. And now they're slowing it down. This is good. Taking time off the clock as well. As they keep possession, they'll probably pull out the defenders and slipped away from one man. That's a great ball. Now, can they do something with it? Cannot.
No.
Well, it was an easy ball forward by Cummings, but they couldn't do it. So now they're going to make the change. And that Green is coming off. And also coming off, it looks like Anglin is going to come off as well. And he is going to be replaced by St. Fleur. And Green is being replaced by Nikolai Fuller. And if you remember, the other Fuller.
Ricardo Fuller?
Yep. From Jamaica. Was a handful for most defenses. Well, they've taken, I'm not sure what happened there, but the player has come off the field. So
It
Anglin,
takes too long to come off the field.
Yep.
That's the new rule.
So he has so they now have to wait probably even as long as a minute before they could come back on. And so they're down to 10 men, and I don't think they're happy about it at all. So they're going to have to retool here quickly. Williams with the throw. get the play restarted. 84, almost 85 minutes gone in this one. Trying to get something going, and nothing doing. The defense holds nicely. So 2 men came off, so they're actually down to 9 men now. So now the 2 substitutes are allowed to re-enter the game, and of course 18 is St. Fleur and Fuller is number 7. Here's an opportunity, just a little too high. He had the angles right, and that's Fuller, who just came on. Almost had a dream start proceedings here, and that would have been a real embarrassment for not just Weymouth Wales, but for goalkeeper Primus as well.
Turret time here.
They're really not able to get the ball out much, and the referee says free kick. Again, Fuller making a nuisance of himself there. He's fresh, so he's running hard, causing problems, and here he goes again, wins it back for his team, and plays a lovely ball inside. The control, though, it's not the best, and Primus is there, the big number 30, Bradford, takes it on. Cummins fighting for it, and then decides he's going to tackle anyway. Push it away. 86.5 minutes gone, and Mount Pleasant just as aggressive as Weymouth Wales. In fact, you could say they're even more aggressive.
Trying to defend that 1 goal.
Yep. They're not giving them anything easy. Now that they're down, they're back up to their full complement. Here is the ball. That's a tough ball. I'm not sure if he was trying a shot. He was trying a pass and trying to get it to the back post. So here they come again. Ball played forward and kept up nicely. So Mount Pleasant doing the smart thing. They're just switching it from side to side, taking time off the clock, and also giving themselves opportunities here to maybe get bodies in the area. The ball, it's not a bad one, but it's headed away. Williams kept it alive, but he plays it back into the area, back into the danger zone. Chance for the shot here, and that too takes a deflection, and it's going to be a corner kick to Mount Pleasant, so it stays up at this end. Really, nothing Weymouth Wales doing right now seems to be working the way they intended to. It's been a real slug for them in this second half. The beaten finalists from a year ago in danger of going out here, so unless they could manufacture something really quickly. 88 minutes gone. We're into the 89th minute of play. 1 goal to nothing. And they're going to keep possession. And that's a tough ball. And they were always setting him up there. And it's going to be a goal kick, a corner kick rather, for Mount Pleasant. I think Morris read it well and got his body in position for the tackle. This is much better now, and headed away. Still. Shot save straight at goalkeeper Primus. And he again immediately sends it back up free, but guess what? It's coming the other way once again. As they move around, Bailey decides to go back with it.
Second ball, there's no Weymouth Wales players there for the second ball.
Now, what is the goalkeeper doing? He probably figures he hasn't had much to do in the game, so he's going to create something, and he has his coach livid. Ball thrown down, and again the defense holding Bailey, helping out there. So we're into the last minute now of regulation time. A throw in, a long throw. Can he get it beyond the back post here? It's Appleweight. But it's headed out. And this is a good chance now for Thomas to move away with it. He does a smart thing. Keep possession out. Phillips is sprinting going forward. And he decides to cut inside to go alone and misses out there.
Official on the sideline has indicated that there will be a minimum of 4 minutes of added time.
So 4 minutes of added time. Is this the time here? That control, that touch is not the best.
Corner.
But it's going to be a corner kick. And we have another player staying down. So corner kick. And ball headed
Good
back
chance again.
wide of the mark. So again, the card might come out. The referee decided against it, but for a moment there, it looked like he was threatening to issue the yellow card there to the substitute James. And James hasn't had much to do in the game. And I think he was the one with that header that went wide. So he's obviously just a little dejected because he couldn't do what he wanted to do there. That's a good ball.
Good
More
touch.
problems here. Is he going to fetch it? And he had his man running just on his left shoulder. All he had to do was slip it for him. He decided to go alone. And how often have we seen that? The men who decide to go alone invariably miss out. Still, opportunity now. Can he get this one going? Crashes into the midsection of one of the defenders. He goes down. You would swear it was Carlos.
This was a
Yeah, you
Very
swear it was
powerful
a
shot there.
powerful left footer coming from a Carlos Alberto, one of those, or a Revelino, or a Roberto Carlos. But you see that so often when those big kickers connect well. Players, you fear for your life when a ball is coming at you because it doesn't come straight. It's moving, and it's almost like if it has your name on it, and you can't get out the way. So another free kick here. Time running out. 2.5 minutes of the 4 minutes elapsed. It's not the best ball, but he may still find a way. And again, because the control was not good initially, he had to try to keep it in play. And that wasn't good enough. So a goal kick now. So I would hope that Davis, or I would imagine Davis would go long with this one, and he does. And a good contest there, but still battling, not giving up. And as a result, they win a free kick in the center circle, and that was Bradford there creating the disturbance. But he gets a yellow card, and he obviously will take that, especially if it
a bit of discomfort there.
Yep. If it takes a couple seconds off the clock. 3:36 and counting. So this could be the final throw of the dice here.
Ladies and gentlemen, yellow card is
Send out the big goalkeeper Primus going up for the header.
Yep.
Could we see something?
Igita is in the game, and he wants to
Big
have
tower.
a bite, and you can't miss him. And there's the ball up in the air, but his opposite number is the one securing it, and he's going to keep it for a little while. And he's decided that it's, and the referee has decided that enough is enough. Just a couple seconds beyond the 4 minutes of added on time played, and that will be that. So 1-0, the final score here between Mount Pleasant and Weymouth, Wales. It means that last year's beaten finalists are out, and Mount Pleasant from Jamaica, they go into the semi-finals. So
yes, Mount Pleasant has capitalized on the mistake of Weymouth Wales. One simple mistake costs you the game. As a defender, you have to be mindful of your surroundings and where your players are. You cannot be trying to dribble them out at the back when you do not have enough
numbers.
cover. And that was the mistake, and there where the goals came from. And Mount Pleasant has won the game 1-0.
Yeah, so again, the hero is Jason Judy, who scored the goal in the 66th minute, and that was the only score of this one. So let's take a look back at some of the highlights here. It's a lovely ball to the back post, and really that was the chance that they got that they couldn't put away. Smith, the man, before he was substituted. That would have been a great opening. This was not a bad free kick. It just didn't come down for them. And eventually, Weymouth Wales, this was one of those runs where he looked like he was trying to do, but he had a man on the inside that he could have utilized and keep the momentum going. And then Mount Pleasant decided they were going to come in. Offside was the call here. It would not have counted. But again, that was Daly who had just come on. And here he is now, slipping one man, going past another, slipping it across goal, nobody home. And but that they weren't deterred. Primus did well here, but look at the follow through, and that was Judy to the rescue, the man of the moment. And after 66 minutes, it's 1-0 now to Mount Pleasant. Jamaica rolling here at the Larry Gomes Stadium. They tried to get some more. They came close on a couple of occasions, and again the defender creating his own problems there, Williams, and eventually it was off of him that the ball deflected out. And then Primus almost gifted them with his first kick of the game, Fuller, and he had an open goal, just couldn't get it to come down in time. But it didn't matter. They had enough with that one goal scored in the 66th minute by Jason Judy. So that is the final score in this one. We have one semi-finalist already, and that is Mount Pleasant from Jamaica, courtesy a 1-0 win over Weymouth Wales. So we're getting ready now for a quick chat. You see the coach is down there, so let's go down to Theodore Whitmore.
Well, we're here with Jamaican legend Theodore Whitmore, the coach of the Mount Pleasant side. A hard-fought victory, Theodore.
Yes, a tough game. We expected it would have. Thank you very much, sir. All right. All right, bye.
So they're from the band Theodore Whitmore, the coach of the Jamaican outfit and Mount Pleasant, so he will be a happy man. But you know, as coaches, they're never fully satisfied, and he knows that because players will make mistakes, and I'm sure they will try to do that. Of course, Hayden Halligan is there, so we will certainly look forward to seeing them back here again, hopefully next year, Weymouth, Wales. But right now, Mount Pleasant are the ones moving on, 1-0. And remember, we have game 2 coming up in a short.
Visit streamblue.com or contact Flo to learn how to subscribe.
It doesn't matter if you speak English or if your native tongue is French, Spanish, or Dutch. It doesn't matter if you are male or female, young or young at heart. We in the Caribbean Football Union speak the same language. Football.
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 And we speak with one voice.